If Ja Morant punched me in my mouth multiple times, you most definitely, I'm getting at least $5 million from you. Or I get a Miller punch. You punch me 7 times, I get $7 million. You got $250. You can afford that. Give it up. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy CJ. We back on another reaction video. Now today, we reacting to that flight mic again. This is an update on the Ja Morant situation.
Hours after the Grizzlies basketball game, Morant was seen on his personal Instagram holding what appears to be a gun. In this incident, the Grizzlies announced that Morant will be away from the team for at least 2 games following the controversial Instagram post. Quote, "I take full responsibility for my actions last night. The damage is done."
It just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Like, right when you think that there can't be any more to the story, that there won't be another twist or another turn to the story, there is. This is our 3rd video on the Ja Morant situation in a matter of 6 days. So before we get to this latest update, which is going to blow your mind, make sure you drop a like, consider subscribing and turning on our notifications, because these videos do get demonetized. I don't make any revenue off of this. If you don't believe me, look on your screen. Yeah, this isn't some crazy ploy to farm likes. I don't even know if likes even look on your screen. Yeah, this videos do get demonetized. I don't make any revenue off of this. If you don't believe me, look on your screen. Yeah, this isn't some crazy ploy to farm likes. I don't even know if likes even help the channel that much. But if you guys could consider subscribing and turning on our notifications and dropping a like just in case it does something, that would mean a lot to me. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. What's going on, everybody? If you thought a month ago the Brooklyn Nets trading Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving despite being 4th place in the Eastern Conference was bizarre, this definitely is a step further. 3 years ago, the Memphis Grizzlies were cellar dwellers. I mean, clearly the grit and grind era was way behind them. They traded Marc Gasol and they were looking to move on from Mike Conley Jr. They had the number 2 overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft, which means they got the consolation prize in the Zion Williamson sweepstakes. Little did they know that they got the grand prize in that NBA draft. They selected Ja Morant and they nailed that NBA draft. And this one pick completely altered the shape of the Grizzlies' future, because all of a sudden they went from being one of the most boring teams to watch with some promising pieces like Jaren Jackson Jr. to a very young and exciting team. It was a true underdog story until last year, where it appears that they got a little cocky. And now they became the biggest villains in the Western Conference. Next thing you know, Dylan Brooks is getting into it with Shannon Sharpe, which I don't blame.
Shannon Sharpe sometimes knows what he's talking about. You feel me? I ain't really get into the whole what happened. If y'all want me to react to that, let me know in the comment section.
Shannon Sharpe is a little bit of an intimidating human. I bump into him at the gym all the time and I shit my pants whenever there's the opportunity to say hi to him. I'm serious. But if that didn't make them unlikable, you then had a player that was incredibly marketable in Ja Morant starting to get into some trouble. Now, we did make a video on the first case like in January, and I don't want to recap each and every case. I'll list them for you guys. If you want a deeper dive on it, I welcome you to check out our last 2 videos on the subject. But the first case was Ja Morant being accused of punching a 17-year-old kid. Eventually, that turned into something more extreme. It turned into him punching the 17-year-old kid multiple times and even flashing a gun. The next incident was versus the Indiana Pacers. Ja Morant's entourage, Devontae Pack, got into it with members of the Indiana Pacers. And following the Indiana Pacers game, some staffers from the Pacers claimed that they saw a red laser on them, and they didn't think the red laser was exactly a laser pointer. That'd be kind of ridiculous if you think about it. They were confident that the red laser was a weapon. Ja Morant had this to say at the time of the incident.
Nah, all that stuff, pretty much false. It's been proven. That's all I got to say on it. I honestly don't care, bro. I'm not, at this point in my life, man, I'm protecting my energy, bro. Not responding to nobody else, not entertaining nobody else. That's what they need, likes and clicks.
He even had his head coach Taylor Jenkins backing him up.
Yeah, I mean, that was addressed internally, aware of the investigation of the NBA, did a full-on investigation. We were fully compliant with it, and I think they came out with a statement saying nothing was corroborated or found. So, that's what I know, and that's all I'm going to comment about.
At this point, you need to understand, Ja Morant has a very clean image. To give you an idea of the type of guy he is, take a look at this video.
It's Black Jesus.
You who?
Black Jesus.
Now, you some kind of professional. You play football, basketball, or something?
Basketball.
So you play basketball?
Yeah.
You can go to the NBA?
I'm already in there.
Who you playing for?
The Grizzlies.
Your new favorite team.
That's him.
That's him?
Nah, this was wholesome when she found out who Ja Morant was.
You didn't pull that? What's your name?
Ja Morant.
You forgot it, right?
We got this other report about him going over to a mall at a Finish Line store to intimidate someone that was bothering his mom or didn't give his mother the proper treatment that she wanted. So this is already 3 situations that don't necessarily paint Ja Morant in the most positive light. And if you go back to my first video on this, I even said back in January, the very first time we made anything on Ja Morant, I took Ja Morant's side. I said this guy has a clean image. You never heard of Ja Morant dealing with any off-the-court issues. Maybe the kid that's accusing him is looking for a bag. But here's the thing, and bear in mind, these are all allegations. When you have 3 separate allegations,
If Ja Morant punched me in my mouth multiple times, you most definitely, I'm getting at least $5 million from you. Or I get a Miller punch. You punch me 7 times, I get $7 million. You got $250. You can afford that. Give it up.
and then you decide to post a video onto your Instagram story flexing a weapon, then there may be something to these allegations. I mean, how many things have to come out about you before people start believing it? Before I didn't believe it, now I'm not necessarily so sure, and I'm sure a large portion of you guys watching this feel the same way. Now, for those of you guys that think, oh, Mike, you're a...
Morant got drafted in 2019.
And the Grizzlies are in second place, of course you want them to fail.
Yeah, I am a Laker fan, but I'm a member of NBA Media First. It's good for the NBA, for Ja Morant to be marketable, and for kids to look up to Ja Morant, and for him to potentially grow into one of the faces of the NBA. I'd prefer that than him being suspended indefinitely, so the Lakers could somehow hop from 11th place to, I don't know, man, they're not getting into second place. Come on, let's be honest. Now, here's where it gets crazy. You're caught up at this point. You know about Ja Morant posting a video of a weapon onto his Instagram story. You know about the fact that he deactivated his social media shortly after. You know about the fact that the Grizzlies suspended him for 2 games. And you know about the fact that he apologized for the situation, saying, I take full responsibility for my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, and the city of Memphis and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being. You know what this entire situation reminds me of? There's this incredible skit. I mean, you could really find an
Monster Spill? Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Royal Canin's puppy growth program provides the nutrients your dog needs for the ideal foundation to a healthy life.
RDC World or a Drusky skit for everything. And the concept of this skit is a rapper that makes it out of the hood that wants to go back to the hood just to prove that he's not a little bitch.
I gotta go back to the hood and show them niggas that I ain't no bitch though. They can't be thinking that. You know what I'm saying?
Who you
What are you talking about? The ops, nigga. They thinking we getting sweet.
We ain't got no ops.
Nigga, we don't have no ops. What are you saying?
And that situation reminds me of what we're in currently. Here's the thing. I think Shannon Sharp said it best in his latest take on the situation when he said this.
Ja's a really good basketball player. Ja did everything he could to lift himself and his family out of this type of environment and to get away from this. He wants to surround himself with these type of people. Why? Bruh, you not hard. That's not your life. You want people in the NBA to think you hood, to think you gangster. Nobody looks at you, Ja, and think, man, that's a thug. He hood.
At the end of the day, if you're Ja Morant, I understand trying to defend your family, trying to defend your friends, trying to stick up for your friends. But dude, if you make $200 million, you could easily purchase bodyguards to protect your friends and your family. You can feel safe everywhere you go, and therefore you don't need to show up.
That is true. It don't even matter how much, like, if you're a celebrity and you're out in public, you should have security. I get not wanting to have the attention drawn towards you.
off the fact that you have weapons on your Instagram live story. Now, here's the thing. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, Mike, we know about all of this, so what's new? Well, it seems like, one, the Memphis Grizzlies are suspending Ja Morant for way longer than just 2 games. Ja Morant is out indefinitely at this point. And 2, I think even more importantly, is Denver police is investigating the video that Ja Morant took. You can't make this up. It got even worse. Ja Morant could potentially go to jail as a result of this. So according to Ramona Shelburne, police in Colorado said Monday that they were investigating Ja Morant's actions after the Memphis Grizzlies star posted an Instagram live video in which he displayed what appeared to be a gun while at a nightclub. The Glendale Police Department confirmed the incident took place in a bar in Glendale, a small enclave surrounded by Denver known for its strip clubs and shopping centers. The department said it's investigating whether Morant might have broken any gun laws. A source told ESPN that it happened at Shotgun Willie's, which bills itself as a gentleman's club. ESPN contacted Shotgun Willie's on Monday, and a person answering the phone repeatedly hung up on a reporter. Yeah, that's the dark side of reporting. That happens a lot, I'm assuming. Colorado is an open carry state, although there are exceptions to the law, including the carrying of a firearm on federal property. It is illegal in Colorado to possess a firearm while under the influence of alcohol. The NBA rules also prohibit a player from possessing a firearm while on team property or traveling on team business.
Unless you're like Michael Jordan or something.
In the video live streamed by Morant, it is not clear whether he is intoxicated, but others are shown drinking. Captain Jamie Dillon told the Associated Press that police did not receive any calls or complaints about Morant's actions, but began looking into the matter Saturday after learning about the video circulating online. Morant is away from the team as the NBA conducts its investigation. The Grizzlies have not given a definitive timeline for his return. Taylor Jenkins said Sunday before Memphis' loss to the Clippers, and Memphis plays the Lakers in Los Angeles on Tuesday night. I'm actually going to that game, so if you bump into me, tap my shoulder, I'll buy you a beer or 2 or 3, depends on what you want. Bro, this is just such a shame. I mean, this was so unnecessary. Ja Morant has the potential. I know a lot of you guys are gonna laugh at this, but the West is wide freaking open. You're in 2nd place in the West right now. Yeah, the Denver Nuggets are a little bit ways away from you, but if the playoffs were to start, you would be facing off
the Denver Nuggets, number 1, but you know, they're gonna be first rounded again. Jokic is the worst MVP ever. Got MVP back-to-back, got first rounded, and then made it to what? I don't think it was the semifinals.
Against the Dallas Mavericks. You have this remarkable opportunity to potentially make a push in the Western Conference. You might end up in the Western Conference Finals. You might end up in the NBA Finals if you play well and you're locked in. I don't think they're locked in right now. I don't think they're gonna make it to the NBA Finals right now because Ja Morant's deciding to be an idiot. Dude, you make $200 million. You have this beautiful young team built around you. And instead of taking advantage of this situation, it seems like Ja Morant is also alienating his own teammates. His team held a players-only meeting and decided it was best for Ja Morant to be suspended indefinitely and be away from the team for even longer than 2 games. Can you believe this?
Guys, that there was a players-only meeting. Steven Adams, their veteran center, he spoke out about how the team needs to show better discipline on the road. The team is 12-20 on the road this year. They're stellar at home, but that's a poor road record for them. Those in the room, when Steven Adams spoke out, they knew exactly who he was directing this to. It was no one other than Ja Morant.
You are the face of the most dominant form of Memphis Grizzlies basketball in NBA history. There's never been a Grizzlies team that has been more dominant than the one that is on the floor right now. And you're throwing it all away. Why? Because you want some people not to think you're a bitch? At the end of the day, I'd rather be perceived as a bitch than perceived as an idiot. And right now, honestly, just based upon how Ja Morant is squandering his opportunity here, yeah, he's being an idiot. There's definitely still time to rehabilitate things for him, although it is getting worse. And something that would originally be swept under the rug, like posting a video of him having a weapon onto his Instagram story, is being made into a much bigger deal because of all the other allegations that are going on in regards to Ja Morant. At the end of the day, the NBA needs an individual with a clean image that's very marketable in order to be their face. A player like LeBron James, a player like Kobe Bryant. Yes, I know the late great Kobe Bryant has one stain on his entire history, but a player like Michael Jordan, which I know Michael Jordan has gambling issues and whatnot. At least that's what some people are gonna say. But
who the cares if you gamble? I mean, if you got money to blow, and if you use this money to go gamble, and if you lose it, it doesn't affect your livelihood. I don't see the problem with it, honestly. And I know Michael Jordan has plenty of money. He can go fuck off and still be cool. His kids will still be good. You feel me?
You get what I'm saying? You can't have a player that is consistently flashing weapons and is being accused of allegedly beating up a 17-year-old kid and is being accused of having his entourage pointing laser guns at Indiana Pacers staffers or going into malls and trying to intimidate bodyguards as the face of the NBA. This could ruin Ja Morant's career because at the end of the day, it's not good for business. And I wouldn't be surprised if he starts losing sponsorships as a result of this. I hope he gets it together. I hope he realizes.
The only way you lose a sponsorship if you speak out against other races, like Kanye West talking about the Jews, or Kyrie getting dropped because he told people to go educate themselves and posted a book. He didn't give any comments on it. He just posted and said, go educate yourselves.
This is the opportunity he has at hand, and I hope he realizes there's more to life than trying to make sure everybody likes him, especially the people that he grew up with. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Say that, Mike. Good video. Then make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Give me y'all thoughts on this video. Ja Morant, you know, Ja Morant be tripping, but it's like he young, he gonna make mistakes, just like how Kobe and all the other greats made mistakes. He'll mature with age. I do think he'll bring a championship to Grizzlies, just like Dirk did with the Mavs. Yeah. But click that video right there. It's right there. Right there. Yeah, click that. Yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah, click it. Yeah, right there. Right there.